Hi everybody, this is your old pal Chuck, and I'm back with another review. And today, we're taking a look at, from the Transformers Titans Return line, I do believe this is one of the last Voyagers in the line. This is Decepticon Blitzwing with his Titan Master Hazard. Obviously, Blitzwing is a repaint and slight retool of the previously released Voyager class Megatron. Now, I do have to give a little disclosure here. Unfortunately, I think my figure suffers from a little bit of second mold syndrome, as certain parts to it don't peg in as nicely as they should. Namely, the flaps here under the legs, to close up the legs, and then the shoulder parts here that tab into the back of the tank mode. But as you can see, Blitzwing is all nice and armored up. One of the carryovers from Megatron is this little weapon, but it can now attach with this new barrel piece, just like so. There's like there's a groove in there that slides right in, and then the sword can be also attached right here at the front. Where does it go in? It attaches to the vehicle mode somehow. Oh, right in there. Is it? No. Oh, I thought. Oh, actually, I think it just. You know what? Pull my hair out and call me Baldy. Oh no! Wait a minute. Pull my hair out and call me Baldy. I thought this sword attached, but anyway, you do have this new combined weapon, which, as always, the Titan Master can fit into. So. And the sword is brand new. I'm really sorry. I could have sworn that was going to peg in. I thought I did already, but you do notice that the slots are there. But you can switch this out with Megatrons. Other than that, you know, getting back to the tank, that's basically what it is. So, since the transformation is exactly the same as Megatron's, we're just going to pause and go from this to this, and here's Blitzwing in its jet mode. And I have to say, I think I like jet mode a little bit better, and overall I like this figure a lot more than the Thrilling 30 version of Blitzwing. That was more of a Generations version of the Transformers animated Blitzwing, and not a proper update to the original G1 figure. This is a much more proper update to the G1 figure. Unfortunately, as I said, mine really has an issue pegging in and stuff, but it is holding well for now. Basically, you can see here, really one of the new pieces is this chest plate that was designed to look more like the nose cone for the original Blitzwing. We'll see it a little bit better in robot mode, but you can still fit a Titan Master in the nose cone here by flipping open that whole front. I just happen to have Hazard positioned in the back, and there's like the fist holds are available there if you want to go ahead and peg the sword in. It sits fairly well on the tank treads here. You can also, of course, you know, pop the sword in any one of those holes if you so desire. It's up to you. So, we're just going to go from this to this, and here's Blitzwing in its robot mode. Few differences you can see is that whereas on Megatron you would have those tail fins flipped down as heels, you do have these purple pieces here that can work the same, or you can put them down. Also, just for aesthetic purposes, I do have the barrel of the tank facing up like on the original toy, and I do have the wings folded up at one notch and then swung out. That's to replicate how the original toy had its wing on its shoulder. If you remember, the wings were actually part of the arms. Other than that, he's holding the sword quite nicely. You can see this new chest piece right here, the head, the face of Blitzwing. And he actually does have new little shoulder pylons, which is kind of weird because I felt the ones that came with Megatron looked more like Blitzwings. I was able to get this figure off of Hasbro Toy Shop. Unfortunately, the price I paid, there were sellers on Amazon that were selling, the third-party sellers that were actually selling it for less. So check around. I mean, you might think it's a bit much on Amazon, but if you factor in tax, it comes out roughly the same. Plus, you're getting 2 days shipping for a little bit less than what you would pay for standard shipping, which is what I paid. I mean, I ended up paying close to like I think $40 to get this figure from Hasbro Toy Shop, which is a bit much. It is available now on Amazon for like $24 and change, and that's actually where I'm getting Octane from. But it's a cool figure. Now, can I recommend it? If you have Megatron and really only want one of a mold, I don't see being able to recommend Blitzwing, because I think Megatron did it better. This figure should have come out first. I think a lot of the problems I have with this particular mold right now are due to the fact that it's the second use of the mold, even though this is what the mold was originally intended for, if you believe the scuttlebutt on the internet. Definitely should have come out first. It is nice to have the new tank barrel, the new sword, but I don't know, I just think, you know, everything was tighter and pegged in better on Megatron. I mean, getting the shins into the calves into the shins like that is still, hope I got that right, you know, very difficult to do. At least on Megatron it was doable, but here on Blitzwing, I'm using a ton of force, and even then it still pops out, and I think that's just because there's a little too much paint on the peg on the inside of the leg, and it doesn't hold. But it is really cool to have, and it is much better than the Thrilling 30 version of Blitzwing. So, this is your old pal Chuck for Blitzwing. We will see you next time.